The FBI's 10 most wanted list usually looks the same: cartel bosses, killers. Then, in 2022, a new photograph appeared: red lipstick, gold earrings, a doctorate in law, the first cryptocurrency founder ever to make the list. Her coin raised more than $4 billion from 175 countries. It had a price chart that only went up. It had millions of believers. It was missing only one thing: the cryptocurrency. 3 questions go on the board tonight. How do you sell a coin that does not exist? Where did $4 billion actually go? And the question the United States will pay $5 million to answer: where in the world is Dr. Ruja Ignatova? Open the file. Start with the woman, because the woman was the product. A real doctorate from a German university. Real years at a top consulting firm. When she talked about the future of money, she sounded like the future of money. The credentials were true, remember that. Every great lie stands on one true thing. June 2016, Wembley Arena, London. Thousands of fans with glow sticks chanting for a currency. On stage, she made the promise that built an empire. In 2 years, she said, nobody will even speak about Bitcoin. The crowd roared. Not one of them asked to see the one thing every real coin must have. So what is that thing? To the board. A real cryptocurrency runs on a blockchain. A ledger kept by thousands of strangers' computers at once, all checking each other. Nobody can secretly edit it. Nobody can quietly print more. That is the entire invention. That is the whole reason crypto exists. OneCoin had none of that. Behind the arena lights, the coins lived in an ordinary company database. One system, private, editable by whoever held the password. Investigators later put it plainly: your life savings were rows in a spreadsheet. Which explains the miracle chart. The OneCoin price never crashed, never dipped, never even wobbled in years. Because it was not a price. It was a number an employee typed into the website. The chart only went up because somebody's keyboard only went up. And here is the legal genius. On paper, OneCoin never sold coins at all. It sold education, trading courses, in packages from 100 euros to over 100,000. The coins came free inside, like a toy in a cereal box. And recruiters earned commissions for every new believer they brought in, who brought in believers of their own. You may recognize that shape, and it worked everywhere. This was never a rich trader scam. It swept through villages in Uganda, church groups, family WhatsApp chats. Farmers sold cattle and land for packages. In some towns, OneCoin was simply what investing meant. $4 billion, gathered 100 euros at a time. And by then, the money was already moving. Moving where? Prosecutors traced roughly $400 million flowing through investment funds set up by a respected American lawyer dressed as legitimate private equity. A jury convicted him of laundering it. The money didn't hide in shadows. It hid in paperwork with excellent letterhead. Inside the empire, one door mattered more than any other: the exit. There was exactly one small exchange where believers could turn OneCoins back into money. In January 2017, it quietly closed. Withdrawals froze. The answers became announcements. The announcements became delays. In October 2017, she failed to appear at her own gala event in Lisbon. 11 days later, she was gone. October 25, 2017, a budget airline seat, Sofia to Athens. Cameras record her boarding. The plane lands on time. And Dr. Ruja Ignatova walks off that flight, out of the airport and out of recorded history. No verified photograph of her has existed since. Since that day, reported sightings on a yacht in the Mediterranean, rumors of a new face from a surgeon's table, a penthouse in London traced to her money, and one underworld informant, reported by journalists, never verified by any court, who claims she was murdered at sea in 2018. No body, no grave, no proof. Choose your theory. Everyone does. The official paper trail is thinner and stranger. In 2022, the FBI placed her among the 10 most wanted fugitives on Earth. In 2024, the reward rose to $5 million, and the wanted notice carries one line that reads like the ending of a thriller. She is believed to travel with armed guards and may have altered her appearance. One footnote says everything about how cold the trail has grown. In London, a penthouse bought with OneCoin money sat frozen for years. In 2024, its contents were simply auctioned off. Designer furniture, chandeliers, a grand piano, sold to strangers piece by piece. The Queen's palace, dismantled while the Queen stays a ghost. The ledger of justice, so far. Her co-founder, convicted, 20 years. Her own brother, a guilty plea and testimony against the empire. The lawyer who washed the $400 million, convicted. And the Queen herself has never faced a courtroom. In the eyes of the law, she is a defendant, presumed innocent, awaiting a trial that may never come. You cannot sentence an empty chair. And the believers? There is no bankruptcy court for OneCoin, no refund window, no recovery fund. The farmers who sold their land still own numbers in a database that answers to no one. $4 billion did not vanish in a market crash. Prosecutors say it bought penthouses, yachts, and silence. Belief has no customer service line, so the lesson on the board is 10 seconds long, and it would have saved $4 billion. When anyone sells you a coin, say 4 words: show me the ledger. A real cryptocurrency's ledger is public. Anyone on Earth can inspect every coin ever created. If the answer is trust us, then you already have your answer. File this next to the others in the cabinet. Enron typed estimates and called them profits. Wirecard typed balances and called them cash. OneCoin typed a price and called it a currency. Every fraud in this series is finally the same fraud. A number somebody typed and a world that wanted it to be true. Somewhere tonight, behind a new face, on a quiet coastline, or nowhere at all, the answer to this file exists. One person on Earth knows how this story ends. Perhaps she is watching the same internet you are. Perhaps she is watching this. The FBI's tip line is open. So are our comments. Where do you think the crypto queen is? This file stays open. New files every Tuesday and Friday. The frauds, collapses, and disappearances the money world would rather forget. Subscribe, because one day this file reopens, and you will want to be here when it does.